and a new piece of audio equipment.
Michael's microphone, testing 1. Hey!
This, Real Madrid.
This is IFTV. We're supposed to be supporting the Italian team.
Right here.
But what about the bottom?
You're not going to see the bottom. Well, fucking guy. Holy shit. That was nice, Nick. Thanks.
Nice trophy.
Yeah.
Are we on?
You're really sweating.
I am. Hey, I work for a living, not like you guys.
Sweat. Well, that
You're
wasn't
sweating
of,
because we
let's be
played
honest.
football.
Sweating of champs, right, Anto?
Yeah, it's a sweet sweat.
Sweet sweat. Tastes sweet. Not salty. You
You
guys,
can-
you guys must taste salty right now.
I don't
right?
want to know how any of our sweat tastes.
Can we
It's a
change
2-1,
subject?
man.
Listen,
Maybe
No.
you smacked Anto.
this podcast,
Either way,
That
smack
wasn't a
out of 3.
smack.
we are talking about Serie A. We're not talking about Serie A, the Biliardino Serie A. Okay,
Sure.
we're talking about
What
Serie A.
about,
So let's
what
stick
happened to
with
Pete? He's
He couldn't today.
He's not doing too
Yeah,
good.
I think
No.
that Inter with
Inter
what
got
happened.
whacked.
Every time
Is
Inter don't play good, I feel like there's
Gotta be
something with that
something
fella.
connection there with Pete.
All of
Yeah.
a sudden, he can't come.
Yeah.
He's not able to make it.
He
By the
could-
way, welcome back to you.
Oh,
We
Yeah,
haven't
well,
seen
that
you in
was
a
long
while.
time.
Gaetano,
Paisa.
it's been too long.
We're gonna have to cut him off.
Too much work.
Too much work.
A lot of people have been asking, where's Gaetano? Where's Gaetano? You guys cut him off. He's not coming anymore.
Yeah, they thought you got kicked out.
They come in, it's like, I'm not going to hear an intelligent opinion today. Let's see next week if Gaetano comes.
No, I've been working a lot.
What's been your feelings about Serie A so far since the start? What's been on your mind?
Well, I like it. A lot of goals the first couple of games. So a lot of entertainment. I liked. I saw a little bit of the highlights of the Lecce games. Man, they got some nice forwards, Lecce and Salernitana. You think Salernitana, Empoli. You watch a game like that. It's really a fun. I mean, the way they pass the ball, everything is first touch, nice goals.
They won 4-0.
They
Yeah.
won.
That
They
was
won
cr- I
by
couldn't
more than
believe
one
it.
goal for the first time.
Yeah,
They
I mean,
didn't do that
insane.
all of last year. They won by 4 goals.
4-0.
Bonazzoli scored.
4-0
They had four
against
different
Sampdoria.
goal scorers as well in that match for Salernitana. Davide and Nicola did a great game.
Yeah, he did.
The thing is, it's so funny. Sampdoria will do an unbelievable job 0-0 against Juventus, and then they'll lose 4-0 to Salernitana.
That tells you a lot about Juventus. Okay, don't tell me it's an unbelievable job. I think if
No,
Salernitana
Sampdoria played well.
Let me tell you
Sampdoria did
something.
play
If
well.
Salernitana would have played Juventus, they would have smacked Juventus for nothing too. Okay, because if you tie 0-0,
Take it easy.
hey, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to
Those
your
are big
son.
words. Big words. 4-0.
Hey, he's taking the bait. You see, if he
Take it
didn't get
easy.
upset, that means he took the bait. Good. You got you.
You're the only one who didn't do your top 4 as well. You know that, right?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And he has a little
So-
sneak peek also, just to let you know.
Yeah, you have the advantage.
You got a great
So yours
advantage.
has to be right.
So I'm going
Gaetano.
back to my original. Okay, not after watching the first 4 games. So I got to go back to
No, do what you want right
Do
now.
what you
What
want
I
now.
hear
We'll
you
give you the
want.
chance.
He's just saying that so he doesn't feel.
No, we'll give it to you.
No, it's not right because you guys did.
No, I don't like this cop out. I don't like this
you
cop
guys use as a
out.
clutch.
I want his prediction
Yeah.
now, today.
Right now. Oh, gee.
Nobody knows what you said before. Say it now.
Guys, you know we've dedicated our lives to Serie A. It's a league that we love the most, and now One Football is behind that. No one is bringing you closer to Serie A than One Football. For the first time ever, very soon, you are going to be able to purchase digital video moments, a collection of some of the best iconic things that's ever happened in the Serie A.
And not just in history, present, and even in the future. Maybe we could see Vlahovic's goal that he scored over against Roma, a beautiful free kick, or even that Tammy equalizer with that beautiful header. Maybe you could buy him, you could sell him, you can trade him. Marco, there's infinite things you could do with these. So once you have it, it's yours, and you decide what you want to do with it.
And it's for the Serie A, for the Coppa Italia, and for the Supercoppa Italiana.
Oh, boy.
The link to the area marketplace is in the description. I already signed up. I'm going to be honest with you. Did you sign up?
I didn't sign up. I'm planning to do it right after this
Big
video.
mistake.
But the
Big
thing,
mistake.
The thing is, if you want to be on the waiting list, it's not out yet, but it's gonna be out very soon. Make sure to register. It looks like Marco's ahead of me. I gotta get on that
Not the first time.
ASAP. Take a break from the podcast, register, and then go back to the podcast.
Guys, if you are Serie A fans, discover this together with us. It's going to be the first time ever. This has never happened before. So we don't know the landscape yet. Click the link in the description, and now let's go back to the podcast.
All right. So if I do it now, I'm going to change it.
Okay.
Oh,
What do you mean
there
you're
we
gonna
go. The
change?
flipper.
Just say yes.
Go. Yeah,
Just say
go,
yes.
Say yes. Okay.
All right.
I say yes.
So I'm going to put Milan first.
Yeah!
go. Ooh, wow.
I'm going to put Juventus second. Roma. and Inter.
What is going on?
That's me.
You're
that's
overreacting
me.
from one match
No, you're
against
not.
Lazio.
You're not.
Wait, did he put Inter third place?
Fourth. I had
last
Roma
year or
first
something.
place.
That's crazy.
You do not like Simone Inzaghi.
I don't like him at all.
He does not like Simone
He
Inzaghi.
screwed up everything. All the changes, he screwed it all up.
He did
He's
get
not
out coached this
learning.
weekend.
Simone Inzaghi, he doesn't know how to have the team ready for every game, for every Sundays.
Wait, explain, because I actually really like Simone Inzaghi.
You like it, but he does not motivate the team. I mean, with the team that he had against Lazio, Lazio played a great game, and they still have the leading scorer. They're still having a great midfield. But come on, you got to play a better game than that. Simone does not have it. He's not a big-time coach. He does not motivate his players. He does not prepare them game after game.
Can I push back on that a little bit?
Yeah.
The last 4 times that they played Lazio at home, they won 3 out of the 4, and they tied one
They
time.
played Lazio where?
In Lazio.
In
Lazio's home.
Inter won?
Yeah. No. Lazio won.
Lazio.
Oh, Lazio
won 3 out of 4 times. The other time is a tie.
Oh, okay.
So it's nothing unusual that they slip up against Lazio. They've had their number for the past couple
Listen,
of
we're
years.
not discussing stats over here. We're discussing the game
No, we
of
are
the other day.
because if you go back, I think they beat Conte's team when they were at home, where they tied them. Like, they've had those slip ups. Because I know you like Conte. You're saying the Heat set the team out, but Lazio's done really well at home against Inter.
Maybe just a curse, to be honest.
Yeah, who
Maybe
was the
it's one of
coach?
that.
Inzaghi.
That was, I have to admit, that was one of the best games that I've seen. I think it's the best game that I saw all year. We were watching it together, and it was a thrill. Back and forth, intense. Both sides going for it. Both sides trying to score goals. Lazio went up first. Inter came back, and I thought, I said to myself, you know what? I think this is where Lazio's going to pull out. They'll sit back a little bit. They're not going to try to score a second goal. Man, it was completely wrong. The substitutions from Maurizio Sarri were perfect. Luis Alberto and Pedro, when they're fit, they have to play every single minute of every match.
The guys are very talented. But going back to Inzaghi, okay, he's winning 1-0. The team starts well. They're playing well. He's winning 1-0. What he does is slows down the game. Every pass is to this
Side by
side, to
side.
this side, to this side, to this side. Very, very slow.
Backwards.
Come on, you're winning 1-0. You got to close the game. And then what happens? He ties the game. As soon as he ties the game, then all of a sudden the urgency to start playing fast again.
Yeah.
And then he's lucky that he wins. He won the game at the last minute.
Yeah, I think
But
that's a
you're
big
saying
case.
that was
on
Lecce.
You're saying Lecce.
Yeah. But I remember the game. He slowed down the game. Why? I see other coaches. Hey, you 1-0. You got to put pressure. You got to get that second goal. You got to close out the game.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Which is what Roma has been doing. But Roma got outplayed by Juventus. We're going to talk about it later, or you want to talk about
We'll
it?
do Lazio. Let's finish Lazio.
Lazio. Okay,
and
we'll do
Inter.
Lazio. Okay.
For Inzaghi, I agree with you. I feel like something holds him back when he plays pretty like a top 6 squad. When he's up, he does everything he can. So he changes his plans. It turns the complete opposite. And then he does scramble if they do manage to concede. And I feel like they've been let off the hook a lot of times because they do manage to score winners in the last 5-10 minutes of the game. So it looks like all the problems are fine. But in reality, if you kind of dissect the problems, I think Inzaghi has to do a better chance of not completely changing the whole tactics of a game after being up 1-0, because it always looks like they're susceptible to concede a goal. Their defense is all locked in the back. The other team gets more chances. The whole momentum shifts and changes throughout the game. I do think this is something of Inzaghi. That's his sort of philosophy, because even at Lazio, we kind of seen how he played like that, and I know you were never happy about that, but I'm scared to think if this is also gonna bite him, if he's gonna play like this like he did last season, and if it's gonna bite him in the butt also, because he plays this kind of style where he had like a rut of 2 months and couldn't motivate his team like you were saying.
But why is he lucky?
wonder if
Why is he lucky to win late? Maybe his teams are just. For me, there's always that urgency. Like even in the last minute against Lecce, you say they got off the hook, but I disagree. I think that the Inter team, for the most part, this game was on the side. The match was a bad match from Inter. And at the same time, it was an unbelievable game from Lazio, to give them the credit. For me, Inter always looks like a hungry animal that's starving. They always want to go for it, and sometimes too much. I think that I like Inzaghi a lot. This game, he screwed up. He screws up on his substitutions because, number one, starting Gagliardini instead of Hakan Çalhanoğlu, I still can't wrap my head around it. Subbing out Dumfries. I mean, a few of those decisions don't make sense, and that's more so my worry with him, because last year he did the same thing. His substitutions almost always are wrong. That's a bad part of him. But for me, he still sets his team up in the right way. And the reason why they lost that match is because Lazio were phenomenal. I have not seen the coaching lesson between Sarri and Inzaghi was great. Sarri's team had so much courage. They had so much courage. They played the game the right way. The touches, you saw a couple of the times they did one touch between the three of them. Three, four players.
Rotating very quickly.
You know what that different thing this year about Lazio is? Defensively, they're a lot more solid. They're closing down the space. Patrick has done really good. Romagnoli as well. Their left back Marusic not as much. But overall, there's a little bit better of a balance with the team. And Ciro Immobile wasn't even on the score sheet. They have the players. They're playing the right style. For me, that was Lazio just having Inter's number. They played the right match. Inter physically still is not there yet.
I think the way you talk and your body language, I think you are kind of one of the chew up the words that you already spit it out when we already at the prediction, you, me, Mike, and Peter. So I think you went too far fast in guessing that Inter will be winning the Campionato. I think you give Inter the first place. 1 second.
I still stick by that 100%.
Okay, you keep sticking. I like that. So Gaetano, for the first time, he admitted that AC Milan is probably the squad that has got the best mentality, because that's what you need. You need to be prepared for the game. Yeah. Because you can have the best player, but if you're not ready to play, you're going to get smacked. Okay, now going back to the Lazio's game, the way Lautaro scored, it was a dirty touch. I mean, they were pressing, but it was nothing a spectacular goal that you can say, wow. Pedro scored a spectacular goal. Luis Alberto scored a spectacular goal. And the first goal on the cross from what's his name over there? Felipe Anderson.
Oh, Milankovic gave him what a ball.
A beautiful header.
That was incredible.
Beautiful goal.
Yeah,
it's like in Italiano we say gol da manuale. You move the ball around, go to the left, cross the ball, the guy's ready down the line. Boom.
It was great.
Yeah. Andanovic, no chances. What did he do, Pedro? Same thing. Coming from the left. He's coming on the left. It was that plate and it just comes straight into the middle.
I think...
Tira giro. No chances for Andanovic looked lost.
I think nobody put Lazio in the top four.
I did put it on the top five.
I still don't have them in the top four.
Yeah.
I think that they'll have to do something extraordinary to get to the top four.
They have the players. They have the talent.
Yeah, they definitely do.
In midfield, they have the talent up front. They've been having the leading scorer. So, like you said, they have this guy on the fullback. Is so fast.
Lazzari.
I mean, he goes up and down.
And he was subbed.
So, the problem has been in the defense. So if the defense is gonna improve,
and not even that,
they already are improved over the first 3 games. They've done really good.
Is Luis Felipe still on the squad, or they got rid of him?
Nah, he's gone. He's not that good.
He got sold. But
go ahead.
The other big the other big talking point is why I didn't put Lazio in top 4 was because of Sarri. I was saying this guy's gonna take forever for his philosophy to go through. He always got in a few scuffles with a few players that he didn't want. He wanted sold and all that stuff. So it was a huge question mark for me. But if they can keep this up, this is just one game. They did look exciting. They look fun. They look good. They look like Sarri kind football. If they can keep this up, they could definitely challenge for a top 4. But just one game. I want to see in a few games in a row, especially against a lesser opponent, because that's when they tend to not play themselves. They're pretty inconsistent.
So I'm saying it's pretty normal. The last results against Inter have all been pretty much the same. It's more so in these other matches that they need to stay motivated. But great signs, and what you said about Sarri and sometimes not getting along with the players. I think that Luis Alberto is a great example of a player who wanted to leave. He realized that he is staying at Lazio now, and he's put his head down. He's trying to work hard, and every time when he comes off the bench, he brings a quality that, for me, those kind of players, they represent what I love about the game. Their touches, like even the simple things that he does, is so beautiful. So, selfishly, I want a player like that to always be on the field.
Game changer too.
Anything. By the way, you know what I noticed? Because you guys know that we have a coffee sponsor now. the loser is always supposed to make the coffees.
Why did you put you pointed to yourself?
No. Peter was supposed to be here to make
okay.
the coffees. I think that's why he decided not
Well,
to come.
since Gaetano is sitting on Peter's chair, so he's the loser. He's the losers of the day. So go make me a nice Siag.
What do you mean? What are you talking about? We won the cup yesterday.
Oh my God.
But we did win football today, right?
Oh yeah.
Football doesn't count.
What do you
on
mean?
this.
You
Not on
that's for
this.
rematches.
So what it's supposed to be, it's got to be between me and Mike because, I mean, it's supposed to be losing but tie or we say not winning.
Right.
So
You're
I
gonna
made it
win.
last week, but we'll let you guys decide.
All right, you know what? I want you to make me the coffee. Okay? Nice and creamy, the same way you did it the other day. Beautiful. Look, guys, I'm telling you.
All right, Mike, I want you to make the coffee.
Listen, Gaetano, the coffee is good.
Tiebreaker.
We're not here making a commercial. If the coffee stinks. The coffee is very good.
All right. I haven't tasted
If
it yet.
the coffee is not good, I'll be the first
You
time
did
in front of
taste
the camera.
No, I didn't taste
No,
it.
you
this
did
is
not.
the same one that we made you. Oh, you didn't taste
No,
it.
you're
I
not.
didn't taste it
Yeah,
yet.
we had
I'm
Ludo
gonna make you
Vico
taste
taste
one.
Yeah, it's
Even
true.
though you lost, I'm gonna make you taste the coffee.
Okay. You're
But
gonna make it?
No, Marco's gonna make it.
I'm
okay?
gonna make it. Mike,
Yeah.
say everything, and then we need to get. We'll go on to the next topic.
Yeah. We also have the calcio coffee cam over there. Our boy Nick. If you see on the sides, you can see Marco making it. But in the meantime, I definitely want to see Gaetano's reaction.
No,
for this.
I know he's gonna like it because I know.
It's gonna be. Anto just coming for the coffee. He's not even coming for the games anymore. He's just coming
I do.
to have
It's true.
a shot of espresso.
The first thing that I
over
do
here.
as soon as I land into the studio over here, can you make me a cup of coffee? Am I lying? Am I lying, Marco?
No, I mean you're saying.
Marco, am I lying?
What do you make me a cup of coffee? Who makes you a cup of coffee? Mike?
Sometimes Mike, sometimes
he
Marco.
changes it. Depends who's here.
You know, I gotta learn how to make it myself, guys. Just in case, rarely AC Milan loses a game, I gotta do it.
Oh boy, that's a big thing too. Now there's gonna be more on the line if your team loses. So,
Yeah.
And now Peter lucked out. That's
Hey,
what
but
Peter
Marco,
do.
can
Your
you
team
can
loses,
you use my
they're not
AC
gonna
Milan
show
cup,
up.
Marco? Can you use my AC Milan cup?
He said no.
Why not? It's gonna taste even better.
The champions of the coffee of champions over here. So guys, we have the link in the description for Siag's coffee. Definitely check it out over there.
What is the link, Mike? What is the link?
In the top of the description, we have some people that send us pictures that they're getting it already, and they are liking it. This coffee is from Napoli too, so you know it is good.
Caffè Napoletano. It's top of the line. Go ahead,
And
Mike.
it's a sponsor of Palermo, so that's how you
Nice.
know. So all the Sicilians, Napolitani, are gonna jump up on this, and it's actually really good. We're extremely picky, especially you guys with coffee. With all this, Ludovico too is extremely tough. But I think we got the stamp of approval for them, and Antonio gave his stamp, Peter gave his stamp, me and Marco gave his stamp, and I want to see Gaetano giving his stamp.
Listen, Italians, they're very fussy about coffee. If the coffee is not good, the stamp of approval is not there. So for this Siag, I gave you my full stamp of approval. But my coffee is not here yet.
It's coming.
It's coming.
Coming on the way. But we do have midweek games too before we go into the next stuff. We have midweek games coming up too. I don't know if you guys knew. Surprise, starting tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. We got games coming up. So
I know.
Serie A never ends. We don't have to wait till the weekend. We're going to see that. And it looks creamy, Anto.
Oh my God. Look at this.
Yeah, it does.
Looks good, right?
Yeah,
Oh my
it
God,
does.
it's all cream, guys.
Cheers.
Yo, you rarely cheer with a cup of coffee, but this deserves a cheer, Mike. Unbelievable.
How was it?
Tutto crema. What did you say in Paisa?
Very good.
So what else caught your mind?
Okay, so I only drink one type of coffee in my office, and it's one of the top coffees in Italy. But I must say, this is good. This is really good.
First time trying it too.
What else caught your eye? You said Roma. You said Roma got outplayed.
So I watched the game, and I thought that I took Roma to win the championship at the beginning of the season. But the game that I saw against Juventus, man, Juventus outplayed them. They put pressure on. They couldn't get out of their own area. Roma, in the first half, they couldn't get out, and they got talent and they got players. So I like the way Allegri put the team on the field. I like this mentality. I like the way he prepared the game, and Mourinho got outplayed in this game. He was lucky because the only thing that they did was the corner kick. That was nothing else.
Yet they came away with the same points as Juventus.
Yeah. Well, sometimes you get lucky, and I think in this game they got lucky.
Or I don't know. I think that this is a game. I agree with you that first half Juventus was really good. I like the way that they played. I think second half I didn't see as much. I think that's where they dipped. I don't remember real chances. I think the intensity went much lower from Juventus. And Roma never got into the game. But defensively, they had a solid match. Defensively, not that many chances. And I think that Roma's mentality has been to suffer. And Mourinho came out already and said, we played horrible. He said Tammy Abraham played horrible. He said, when I went into the first half, when I went into the locker room, I was ashamed to be your coach. But guess what? They came away with a tie. In Torino, they came away with a tie. Juventus, not good enough to be able to push to that next level, to score the second goal, to finish their chances, to set Vlahovic up enough.
But they came close. They came very close to scoring the second goal. But they got a bad break on the Locatelli goal. It was a beautiful setup, but they came a little bit short. But I think they're in the right track. Juventus is in the right track. From what I saw the week before, I was very disappointed. And now I think that little by little is going to make some adjustments. And when a few of the other players come onto play, I think that the team is going to get better.
If they come healthy.
Miretti played. I thought he played. I thought he did a very good job for somebody that, he's coming.
19 years old.
19 years old. From Premier. I thought he did a very good job, and I think that in the midfield, little by little, if we'll adjust it, I think they will do well.
I think Miretti was the best player for
He
Juventus.
was, definitely, by far.
First half, he was phenomenal. And the second half, again, more of a dip. I didn't see as much, but he was aggressive. He was probably the only creative spark for the team. I remember a couple of times he went into challenges, like tough challenges, where sometimes I criticize Juventus for not having that intensity, that will, that desire to go forward. Because when you think about the match against Sampdoria, for me, it lacked players that really wanted to be there and wanted to play. He was there to show to everyone, like, hey, you don't have to go out and look to find another player.
Yeah.
I'm here on the bench. Even though I'm 19, even though I was playing with the Primavera team, I could come in and play great. And credit to Allegri, who after the match said he played like a veteran. I think this kid Miretti, the next match that they play, he has to start, because you need to build up the confidence in this sort of young pile. Forget about the other players that have been on the team that are paid a lot more and haven't produced. I want to see, not because he's a kid, not because it's fun, the guy deserves it.
Yeah,
and
he earned the stripe for the next start.
Yeah.
Put it this way, I'm not sure.
And
if
he was
he's gonna earn the
going
stripe
against
for,
Cristante, and Cristante, there was the one that I think you were referring to. I mean, they went in 50-50. He won the ball, and he took off and he went. No, I think Cuadrado had a nice chance. Cuadrado could have done a little bit better on that play. No, I thought that they even in the second half, even though there was not the same intensity, but what did Roma do? Roma did not do much.
They didn't.
Yeah.
They did it up top. Attacking wise, Tammy Abraham, Pellegrini, Dybala, all of them did not have a good match. Even Spinazzola. There was not that same creation of chances that we saw with Roma against the lower teams. They only won their matches 1-0 the previous matches, but they created a plethora of chances.
Right.
What big difference was Zaniolo's not there. Zaniolo wasn't there to bring the speed to their attack, to run in behind the defenders, to be that other outlet. And I think that they suffered from that. It was so defensive. With Matic and Cristante, both of the center midfielders, it's like they already play with 5 defenders, because when they're in defensive stage, you're 5.
Yeah.
Then you got these other 2 who just sit there and are just trying to clean up, win balls, break up the play.
Matic impressed
And it's
me.
a little bit it was too defensive.
It was too much of an overkill. I do agree with you on that
but
one.
in the second half, they changed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Matic
They went with
was a great job.
they did with 4 in the back. Mancini came out. They went with 4 in the back.
Now the big question for me is, I complimented Roma a lot this season, early season so far, but I really hope it's because of Zaniolo being out and they had to do some makeshifting with their formation and team. because Roma didn't look like the Roma I seen. It merited it was Juve playing in Torino, but I really hope that it was because of that, and wasn't because they had like a mental block or kind of scared or something like that. Because Mourinho's the kind of coach that wants to instill, don't be scared of everyone. You know, he's got the mentality. It was like, we got to fight them, us against the world, all that stuff. So I hope it was because they were missing a key player, someone like Zaniolo, to try it in, and they shifted it a lot. But they did manage to get a draw, which is, I think, if you asked them before the match to get a draw in at Torino against Juventus, I think you take it.
Not according to Mourinho. Mourinho before the match said, we are not going there to get a draw. We're going to the win. And when you say that, and then the performance, it was two different things.
It's just the performance for me. It did not look good. Even though the result was good, the performance wasn't. And it's still a building project, obviously, and I want to see them.
I saw one thing after they scored the goal, after Abraham scored the goal. Dybala tried to go towards Tammy and Tammy took off, and then Dybala never went back to Tammy.
Celebrate with him?
You know what? I see those
I don't know if that means anything, but
maybe he just didn't want to celebrate in front of Juventus fans.
Did you say, okay,
You don't want to celebrate?
Okay, you know what Tammy did after?
No.
After the goal, maybe this was his way of making up. He was screaming, Paolo, Paolo, and then he blew him a kiss.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that.
I just didn't. He didn't. I don't think he wanted to celebrate in front of Juventus. I think that was the main thing.
I watched the game.
But he was going towards Tammy. And
maybe
Tammy
thought
took
about
off.
it. Maybe thought about it.
You guys are both speculating. I just told you what happened. Tammy Abraham blew him a kiss.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Listen,
Okay.
I watched the game. I see
I'm happy with that.
Those two teams struggling to find their identity. Allegri's been criticized to be too much defensivista, so all of a sudden he set up a game to be into the offense, and they're starting to crush Roma. On the first half, they played a spectacular game. I have to be very impressed with Miretti and all the rest of the squad, and the attacking style that they had, instead of just waiting on their midfield and just going on the counter. This time, it was a total different game in the first half. The second half, like Marco said, and I agree with him 100%. Once Roma tied the game, everything did slow down, and then both teams were afraid to go to the next step to say, okay, let's try to win the game. So they're starting to bring all of the best player out. Dybala was subbed. All of their best midfielder were subbed. Same thing did Juventus. So the game was over 20 minutes before the end.
To be fair, though, Allegri put in Milik and Vlahovic to both play together, and he put in McKennie, who's an attacking midfielder, who's a more attacking midfielder. So I think Allegri wanted to win the game. I just think that the team didn't respond to it. Then at a certain point, he put even Moise Kean in. So I think Allegri wanted to win the match. He was going for it because you're in Torino. Roma were not playing great. I think he wanted to go for it. I just didn't see that same sort of intensity. It could be physically all these teams are starting to shape up, but I don't think you could read too much into it on either side. On the Roma side, I'm impressed with them that they got a point. And for Juventus, you can't, it's better than what last week was, but last week's bar was set so low that almost anything could have been better.
You just brought up the name of Milik. Do you think that those two players that can play together, Milik and they have the same position technically, him and Vlahovic?
So what he's going to do?
I'm not sure if
Allegri said that. I mean, and Milik said the same thing, that we're going to see if we could play together. So
what do you think, Gaetano?
I think when you're in desperation mode, you need to score a goal. Why not? You put two people up there. I mean, Giroud and Ibrahimovic, they play together sometimes. If you need to score a goal and you got 15 minutes to go, 20 minutes to go, why not? And then also Vlahovic likes to come back a little bit. He comes back, he checks in all the time. At that point, Milik can go inside and vice versa.
One other really quick topic. Danilo started as a center back, where I actually think he's better as a center back than he is as a fullback these days. But more so just brings a question. There was the kid Gatti, who was best defender in Serie B, all this and that. Last week, Allegri chose Rugani over him. This week, he chose not only Rugani, he chose Danilo over him, who's, again, not the natural position. I don't know what it says about how Gatti's been in training. You hear many things, but I thought it was an interesting thing that we have to, watch out for to see if this kid Gatti is anything, if it's all If it's all smoke and no flame.
Listen, Marco, let me just say something to you. If he had the guts to put Miret inside, have the guts to put Gut inside.
But maybe he's
Give
not
it a
been good
shot.
at Maybe he's not
Maybe
good
not
at training.
confident.
Not against Dybala, Tammy, Pellegrini.
Again, why? Because he's too young. He doesn't have the experience.
Maybe he
He's
wasn't
not young.
confident.
Put him in.
Maybe he wasn't
He's not
confident.
young.
with
He's
it.
just not experienced.
26, 25. Okay, that
You're talking
means-
about experience, and he probably felt more comfortable with Danilo, who has been playing.
For a while.
Let me give you something to you. Kalulu was young too when he was brought in from the Primavera.
That's a
He's
good
been
point.
plugged on the right, as a right defender. All of a sudden, he's becoming one of the best centre of the Serie
Kalulu,
A.
when he came in, who did he have? He had Romagnoli, so it was not that much of a,
Competition, you say,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, well, we had Romagnoli, he had the Tomori too. So,
and then
So
with the Tomori,
he's saying the only person that Kalulu had to be
It's
better than was
competition,
Romagnoli.
okay. Well, again,
over here you have.
Who do you have? Danilo.
You had the league last year.
Yeah, but the Ligt is not
you had
here
Bonucci,
anymore.
you had
Bonucci was not
Chiellini,
playing.
you had. Hey, what do you mean?
Yeah, Bonucci was not
I
going to
think
play.
you have to
Danilo.
plug him in, Gaetano.
Maybe he
Plug
just
him
doesn't think he's
in.
that good. Maybe he just doesn't think he's,
He's just not that good.
Yeah, maybe he's just not that good.
it?
No, Allegri doesn't
I'm
take
sure.
chances with players that are not
No,
established, that they haven't won
I'm sure
a
he's
big
going to give him.
competition.
I'm sure he's going to
Yeah, I'm
give
sure
him a
he'll get
chance.
time.
When he's
gonna
going to
give
be
him a chance.
forced to, because when he has 2-3 defenders that are going to be all injured, that's when he's going to be put him in.
You brought up Kalulu. I think it's a good transition to talk about Milan. You won 2-0 against Bologna. Bologna, I don't know if they even showed up to play the match. They were
True, they played.
No, they did not play at all. Bologna did nothing in that
played.
game. I don't think they had a single shot on target. I'm pretty sure they had not one single shot on target. Milan was in cruise control for most of the game. They won 2-0. Good on Leao to get on the score sheet. I think he needed, even though it was an awkward goal, needed to put the ball in the back of the net. But Kalulu impressed me a lot. There was one play that he won the ball back. He made the run. The Catalare sent the ball in, and he nearly, it was like a defender's finish, but he still went for that. But Kalulu is stepping up big time. I think this year, we already know him. We know him. But I think everyone is going to see the qualities that Kalulu has this season.
And there's this kid, and as soon as I saw him,
The Cadillac?
The Catalare.
The Cadillac. They call it the Cadillac because it's a luxury car. It's
Okay.
Nobody calls him that except Antonio.
the Catalar. All right, this kid is he has a different the way he runs different, the way he touches the ball is different, his vision is different, the way he touches technical. Man, this kid has got everything, and he's 19 years old.
20.
He's 20 years old.
Yeah.
And then he gave a nice ball to
was
Leao.
beautiful.
He gave a beautiful ball to Leao. The guy, he feels like, how difficult it is to play San Siro.
È too belong, Gaetano.
I ever heard big players, top big champions, they said the ball is so heavy when you play San Siro. It's very difficult. And this kid,
Did
his
like
first start, boom, boom, left, right, boom, boom.
First time in Serie A.
All over the places.
The only thing that I could say, and maybe this is just me, I don't know how you guys feel. I feel like Leao, he's just running.
Yeah.
He's playing like, I don't know if he's playing 100%.
No, it's not.
But he still goes through people.
Yeah,
He still scores a goal. He said, hey, if this guy will go at 100%, man, how good can he be? Is it just my impression?
Yeah,
Or
it's
is
a lot
it,
of sloppy- a lot of sloppy
heat
plays and
up
passes.
as the season goes on. I think that's what he did last year.
Yeah.
He started to peak while the season was ending. I think he's someone who's got to get back into it. I think Pioli had a lot of guts last week to pull
stop
him
him.
out in the 70th minute, or maybe even a little bit before that.
Yeah.
And it made him wake up because I saw more of this match. I saw the game against Bologna. I saw him track back a little bit. Their last game against Atalanta, I totally agree. I saw that and sometimes he does do that because he's so good that in a moment he's the type of player that with one ball at his foot he can change the match. So he's really good at that. But to get back to your point about De Catalare, you said it perfect. The thing that impressed me the most is the guy is starting for the first time in San Siro, and he looks like he's been there for a year, 2 years. The confidence that he has to play his game, technically, he is such a good player. He's got the speed. He's got the vision. He looks out for the passes. And he's a big boy, too. He's not a small player. He doesn't get pushed off the ball. We said it before that if Maldini goes out and signs a player for that kind of money, it's for a real reason. I totally agree. That position for Milan was lacking. You guys found the right player.
Gaetano, let me see if you saw what I saw on the game. Did you see that Bennacer and Tonali, they were helping him out because many times they were looking for him. So they were doing the 1-2, and then when the guy was on the position to dribble and things like that, but they were looking for him all the time. They got him involved on the play until his confidence build up, gets to the maturity level. And I just watch the next few games. I think this guy is going to come big for us against the big team, because Bologna, like you said, it was a walk on the park for us. But I wanted to see this De Catalare against the Inter, which is coming up soon, and against maybe Juventus, Roma, and Napoli. Those are the position that I wanted to see him excel. And believe me, this guy here is not afraid to take you one-on-one.
He's not at all.
On the speed. Have you seen the way he threw the ball right in front of the little guy, the defensive? My God. The ball was behind him. He threw the ball in front of him, and then he passed him like without even signing, putting the signal on the card. It's just he went right in front of him. So I said, "Wow, what the hell is that?" So
yeah, I was impressed. I was pretty impressed with him. Even though Milan, it was all Milan. Even though the 2 goals came from Bologna making mistakes, I think they were just nervous because Milan were just that much better than them. But Catalare, he looked good. It looks like
Milan didn't play a great game, to be honest with you.
I feel like he's made a little bit different, but they're gonna help Leao a lot more, because now all the balls are gonna go on the left side. I feel like he's gonna help them distribute the assists more, the goals, and a lot of the danger for the opposition. But I still see Milan need help on that right side, and they still haven't gotten anyone. So that's still a big question mark for me. Still improvement from last season, but still they need someone on that right wing.
They're not getting anybody.
Where they're lacking. So
They're not
I'm
getting
going to
anybody.
see.
Gaetano, this is a question I have for
Pioli
you.
says that he's happy. He's happy with Macias and Salamakers.
But Marco, let me ask you.
So
both
they're not
of
going to
you.
get anybody on the right.
Tactically, if you have the defense against AC Milan, knowing that this De Catalare has got the speed and he's got the vision, what do? You cannot really focus on and double up Giroud. You have to just go and take this guy here out of the game. So AC Milan has got so many options right on top, because you got Leao on the left.
Well,
if Theo Hernandez is doing the 1-2 with this guy here, so those are 2 already. You have De Catalare on the middle. You cannot really double up a lot of people on AC Milan when they are attacking. So one at a time, all the time, is going to be finding himself free. And everybody takes a shot. I see Calabria taking a couple shots. Benacer takes shots. A lot of people that take shots. So on AC Milan, we're not relying on the forwards to score for us.
You know what's interesting about that?
What?
The interesting thing is that Giroud actually helps open that space
big time
for everyone to run in behind. Because I think one of the aspects to Giroud's game that is so underrated, and I know he gets headlines because he scores important goals. He scores beautiful goals. The scissor kick was a beautiful goal, right? And he scores the winners against Inter, all this Napoli. But his hold-up play is so strong. He gets the ball, and you're not taking it off of him. He lets the rest of the team come forward, and then they have so many different aspects to their attack that can help them score goals that he'll allow De Catalare to get into that space. Salamakers.
Can you see the board from the TV?
You want to take the board?
You want me to bring it?
No. Can they see what it is right now?
We can in the middle.
You can?
Yeah.
All right, so I just want to...
You got to talk.
Okay. So let's... I'll keep the red.
That's AC Milan red, right?
Yeah, I'll keep
Good.
the AC Milan red.
And that's Inter.
So you got Giroud.
Just take it. Here, sit there. Okay. Sit where you were.
So...
I got it.
What, this way?
Yeah.
All right, so when you have Leao right here, you got Leao that goes up, and you got Giroud here. You see the Cantalara, he's here.
Yeah.
So who's going to pick him up?
Yeah.
If this guy comes and picks him up,
Then this guy's free.
you know, you leaving this guy one-on-one. So what do you do? Okay, maybe I stay back. So who's going to pick him up? It's got to be one of the midfielders that picks him up. You know, if you pick him up with one of the midfielders, then Tonali or
And Benacer.
he's going to be all alone.
Yeah, he's open.
And then when Tonali gets the ball and this guy goes here, he's in a perfect position. He'll find the space here, and he could hurt a lot of teams.
That's what I was trying to. Yeah, a great show, because that's what I was trying to say in verbally. But again, I see Milan has got so many options. We not only rely on Giroud, but we rely on just about anybody from the midfield and up to take shots.
What you said about Tonali?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's true, because if you go to Tonali, he'll give the ball to the Gandolana. If he goes to that, then they'd be alone. They'd be free. So
But you know what the best thing is? I think that's the difference this year is the options that Milan have coming off of the bench. And I think Pioli has set the right environment within the team where he said, make the decision tough for me. Your job, especially he said the attackers, because the attackers is where you have the depth, the defense can't change. Make my decision hard. Go out there and make me have to think all week, who am I going to start? Because Rebic will go into training and score goals. Origi is still there, who's got Champions League experience, played for Liverpool. Giroud is there. Salamakers versus Messias. Brahim Diaz versus De Catalare. The left side, okay, Leao's always going to start. But that's the real strength I see in Milan, that even last year, they didn't have as much. They were, towards the end of the season, they figured it out and they had players that had depth. But I think this year it took to another level. So good job by Milan. They bounced back and they won after their tie against Atalanta.
AC Milan has got not 11, he's got 15 starters. They can start at any time. So 4 of those that are on the field at the same time, they can just be subbed at any time at the same level and producing just about same quality of success.
And the last thing is I want to say about AC Milan, good job by my friend Paolo Maldini, because you competing with Real Madrid, Barcelona, Manchester City, PSG, Man United, but he was the one that went and got this kid. This kid could have gone to probably any of those teams, and probably they would have paid more money. But
definitely,
good job.
West Ham was offering them a lot more money.
Good job by Paolo to get him and to get the job done. That's what makes the difference.
All right. What other team we got to talk about?
We have to talk about AC Milan.
We just talked about
I know. I'm just joking.
What was,
I know it's painful,
Napoli.
but it is.
Let's talk about Napoli-Fiorentina.
Oh, wow.
Fiorentina-Napoli. 0-0. Intense match, though, either way. Both teams, Fiorentina pressed Napoli. My gosh. I missed the game live, but I watched it back this morning.
It was insane.
Oh, my gosh. The pressing from Fiorentina, it kind of suffocated Napoli. And they were running like they had 3 lungs each player. Because my biggest thing is I thought this game, I didn't think Fiorentina were going to I didn't think they were going to get a tie. I thought Napoli were going to win because Fiorentina has gone back to back. They've had to play every couple of days. They had Serie A, Conference League, Serie A, Conference League again, which they passed through and they're going to go through. They got out of the playoffs. And then they have to play against Napoli. They made, I believe it's 27 or 28 changes he's had to make to the lineup, Italiano, where Fiorentina doesn't have a squad as deep as some of the other teams. The fact that he was able to do that and still be able to get, a result at home, maybe attacking wise, they need to improve. They need to create more chances. But defensively, I thought their team looks even more solid than last year, considering this was a Napoli side that scored 9 goals in 2 games. First time that they weren't able to score.
Yeah, I think this was a big one too. I think everyone, 90% of the people would have said Napoli to win this game just because they're on fire this season. Everyone was talking about Kvaratskhelia and all this stuff. Osman looking good, just the whole team clicking. But Fiorentina, just when you thought, just Marco said it perfectly. I think you're thinking first time, back in Europe in a while. Will they know how to balance it? They're doing all these changes. Yeah, they're playing in Florence, but Napoli's the most informed team right now. But they did a great job, really minimized the chances that they had. Napoli didn't really do much. Osman got the ball in the back of the net, but it was taken away, obviously, for being offsides. But they really did not let them breathe. There was no production being done from Napoli's midfield to attack. There wasn't the same kinds of people that that were being dangerous to the opposition. And I think Italiano did it great, really did his homework there, did not let them slip up. And this is very interesting from Fiorentina, because if they manage to balance Europe and Serie A, I think they can go far in Europe too. And I'm excited to see where they end up this season for sure.
What do you guys think about Napoli?
I think Kvaratskhelia, whatever is his name.
Kvaratskhelia.
Okay. As I said the last week, the last podcast we had, the defender, they have to start to pay a lot more attention. They're already watching the video. They know the way this guy here moves. So good for him. He scored 3-4 goals. He's one of the best scorers so far on the campionato. Yeah. But let's just give some of the defender of the big team some time, and then they're going to limit his production in terms of scoring ability. But nevertheless, he did very well yesterday too. I saw Fiorentina pressing very close, even when they on no ball possession. Fiorentina was right behind them, not too much space,
They let them
not
breathe.
too much time to think.
Yeah.
So as soon as the Napoli got the ball, all the defenders, they were just closed down very quickly. No much time to no much
think.
space either. So I think great job by Italiano. Is one of my favorite coach again.
I think that maybe for the first time, Fiorentina now, when somebody comes off, like if you take Ikone off, I mean, you got somebody that goes in and is just as fast. They got speed with Sotil, Ikone, but even if
Kwame.
the guy comes out and you put Kwame, the guy's got
good.
speed. So you got to be careful because the guy's going to take off. And Gonzalez, what
Nico
happens?
Gonzalez.
Is he hurt? Because I didn't
he
see
was
him.
out.
He must be hurt. But, you also have Nico. So even if you take Sotil and Ikone, you can replace him with Gonzalez and Guame. Those are good, fast players, and they can hold the ball. In midfield, Bonaventura is a good player.
Amrabat had a great game.
Amrabat is
Saponara.
good. And then when you take...
Saponara's not there.
I know, but it was.
He's
played?
there. He came in.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he didn't start.
It
No,
doesn't
no,
matter,
he came
but
in
they
and
have-
just-
they
but-
have some
but
midfielder
I thought
there.
you were saying he was a starter.
No,
He
no.
came in like for like 10 minutes or something.
Bonaventura, and who was the third midfielder? It wasn't Saponara.
Barak.
Yeah,
First-
Barak.
first
There we
the-
go.
first
time
That's
he
what I was
started.
thinking of.
And then when they take one of those guys out, they have this other kid with the long hair. I don't remember his name. But I mean, they can play. They can play.
Yeah. They got
And
good
the defense also. If you take somebody out, I mean, they got Biraghi on one side. They got
Milankovic.
Dodo, Milankovic. The
Cuarta.
goalie is not bad. So they have a little bit of depth. I guess because of the Conference League, they have to have if you're playing every 3 days. So good job.
For Napoli, I mean, you can't win every game. I mean, that's just the natural cycle. They did really good. I see everyone, I think, is just too much one way or another. One result change. Oh, now look, you see Napoli are frauds. They only beat Monza and they beat who was the other team that they scored all those goals
Cremonese,
against?
whatever.
I don't remember who their first game. Hellas Verona. Right?
Yeah.
I think that
5-2.
Fiorentina, they played the game really good. Napoli, it's natural that this happens. They had some new players come in. I think Raspadori had a pretty good debut for him. I like that he always tries to shoot. He looks to shoot the ball, get in between the lines, try to make things difficult.
going forward.
They were kind of let down for me. I mean, I know we're saying they didn't have chances, but the one that comes to my mind is the Lozano one, where he's got this header, and it's like, come on, Lozano, you've been there for enough years. I never see the guy step up in a way that I'm like, all right, he's the leader of the team.
You're a little disappointing.
You've been there
A little
before.
disappointing.
You've had enough time to be within Napoli that I expect more at this point. And I think I've seen that production from other players, and I don't always see it with Lozano. Maybe he has a good game when everyone's doing great and he's on the right side, but when things are not going great, is he the one to step up? No.
Do you prefer him over Politano or no? Or you think you should? Because they're both
I like
right
Politano
wingers.
coming off of the bench, I think, and
Better?
keeping Lozano. Yeah.
I always like Politano, to be
No,
honest.
Lozano's got quality.
I don't know. I feel like I want to see Politano start. And then I think Lozano has more acceleration. Him come off the bench. But let's see. His first 2 games, Lozano played very well. But he's got to continue.
Kim did really well as well. Kim Min-jae, fantastic in the center back position. Anguissa was getting himself stuck in. So for Napoli, listen, it's normal. You're not going to win every game. And that's why I'm saying sometimes it's like, oh, I feel like this is the way that everyone goes. Oh, Napoli played bad. No, there's an opposition who studies the game. They played it the right way. Fiorentina played
That's
the game the
it.
right way. Same thing like with Inter. Lazio played amazing. There's 11 men on the other side of the field that study for a week to try to prepare for a match, and they did good. You're not always going to be at your best. You're not always scoring 9 goals in 2 games.
So, Marco, how much is preparation? How much is mentality?
I think Italiano's bringing both. I think that I see a guy that's serious in Europe. And if there's a criticism of Italian teams, I think we could all admit this. We've seen it before. They don't take European competitions as seriously as we should take them.
But
We've
again-
seen many times that, especially in the Europa League, I could give 2 examples. Sadi said that last year Europa League hurt us because we had to focus on that. That shouldn't be the mentality of our teams. We can't think that it's a lower competition. Let's prioritize Serie A. We have to get away from that. Conte did the same thing with Juventus when they had the final, would have been at Juventus Stadium, 2014. Yeah, 2014, I believe it was, where he wanted to break the Serie A record more than he wanted to win Europa League. I think Italiano, even if they're in Conference League, he wants to win the competition. He even said, he said, this is the first time that I'm happy with the 0-0. Don't make me get used to this, but 2 games in a row we do 0-0, but it's a progression. He's not going to say, oh, I don't have a big team, I can only do in Serie A. I like that from him. So I think he's bringing that kind of feeling to it where even if they lack in quality, because you compare Napoli, you could compare Fiorentina's 11, quality-wise, you'll look at Napoli. But they could still make up for it in other things, which is the ideas, which is the mentality, and which is for 90 minutes, making sure that you stay concentrated and you press the team and stick to the game plan.
So the motivators, you think Spalletti is a motivator? You're talking about Napoli. Do you think Spalletti is a great motivator compared to Inzaghi?
First, he has to show me that he can win something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think he won in Russia, but I don't follow Russia. I want to see him win something. Show me, and then I will.
So Sarri is a motivator.
Who's won at Napoli?
Definitely.
Not many have been able
Spalletti,
to win.
no. But Sarri, yes, he's a motivator.
Sarri?
Yeah.
What? Sarri, did he win at Napoli? He didn't win
No,
at Napoli.
but he won with Chelsea.
He won with Juventus.
He won with Juventus.
But Gaetano, realistically, what for Napoli?
That doesn't count for me.
That doesn't count.
Gaetano,
Okay.
for Napoli, what's their objective for the season? You're saying to win. Like, do you expect
I
them
want
to be
him to
one?
win something. What has he won? He has never won anything to me. Win a Scudetto, win a cup, win something.
So
he gets there. I mean, I think it's great to bring you into the Champions League, but then that step to win something.
Does he have the
I
tools?
haven't seen him.
Does he have the tools with
that's
this Napoli side to win something?
But you're not saying he was just saying Spalletti. You're asking the example of Spalletti as a coach, and you're saying he has to win. You're not saying he has to win this year with Napoli, the Scudetto.
No, he has to win. You asked me if he's a great motivator.
Yes.
Okay, but he hasn't won. When he shows me that he can win a Scudetto, he can win a cup, maybe then.
He didn't win with Inter.
Well, with Inter, I think it's a great example
was
because
different.
Spalletti did an amazing job to
Yeah.
get Inter stable,
Yeah.
get them into Champions League, and then they were ready for their next coach, which was Conte, to come in and take them to that next step and to actually win.
Right. But he didn't win.
I agree with that.
I feel like you're being harsh now. Okay, in this season, what's he have to do so he can get your stamp of approval?
He has to win.
What's he have to?
I want him to win something. Okay,
I don't know.
You sound like his father.
It's not good enough to bring a team into the Champions League.
But let's be realistic too,
Maybe
though.
for this year, that's what his goal is, and the objective is to be in the Champions League.
Yeah.
But he has to show me that he can win something.
You're just saying mentality. Mentality-wise.
Right, to be a great coach.
Okay.
Okay, even though they lost Insigne and Koulibaly. So you are saying their replacement is just worthy of the people they left at the team.
So
actually they got better, or they got just pretty much on the same situation that they were last year. On your opinion, did Napoli get better? Or Kim apparently, according to Marco, is playing extremely well.
He had a great
He's
first
very
3 games.
solid. Yeah, very
This
solid.
Kvaratskhelia, whatever, is one of the best so far that we have seen in Serie A.
But did anybody put him in the top 4? Napoli?
Not me.
We said this before.
I don't
we
think
saw
anybody put him
anything.
in the top 4.
We didn't see any
Is
matches
that,
where we
because, is
predicted.
that maybe
though.
because of Spalletti? This is one of the reasons why I never put him on the top 4.
Or it could be that you think that there's 4 of the teams that are better than them. This year, if you take a coin and you flip it and you say who's going to finish in the top 4, Roma or Napoli, you have just as much of a probability as the coin getting it right as we do.
Yeah,
it's
it's
close.
true, it's
The
true.
Serie A
close.
is extremely competitive
and now,
from first
especially
to 8.
if Lazio steps up, it's even harder.
And our opinion changes every round.
And where
I
is
feel
where is Atalanta in all this? Is Atalanta back?
place, seventh,
they're
eighth
not back.
place.
Okay,
For me,
I didn't see the game, so I don't know.
They won 1-0.
Verona.
I didn't see anything. So
I think Atalanta's they're a
hard.
tough team to play against. They're a tough team, especially I think when they score first, they'll kick you. They're physical.
they're scrappy.
They make
Yeah.
the
They're
game so
scrappy.
tough. They're like, all right, come here and try to beat us. But quality wise, to be top 4, I think that the other teams are better. I think their styles are better, and I think up top they're still lacking a lot, Atalanta. Like Zapata is
It's a shade of
Zapata,
himself.
Muriel. Even Lukman didn't have a good game for Atalanta this match. They got this guy Højlund, who I spoke to Fabrizio Romano, who this guy knows like everybody. He said that this kid is like highly regarded.
What's his name?
Højlund.
They
It's almost like
they spend a lot of money, right?
I think they spent 17 million on him, which is pretty unusual for Atalanta. Apparently, them getting this deal was a big sign, and he says this kid's gonna be good. I don't know. Is there a player that Napoli is missing to win? And is that player Cristiano Ronaldo?
Give me a break.
Now, when is the last day?
Today.
September 1st.
September 1st?
Today. Why you say today?
Thursday?
September 1st. Whenever September 1st is. I don't know.
So, is there still a chance
Yes.
that it might happen?
So the latest reports, you could believe whoever you want. I was reading Gazzetta. I read Sky. They say that what would need to happen is Manchester United need to bid 100 million plus
Oh, yeah.
for
For Osimhen.
Osimhen, so that Manchester United will get Osimhen. They'll pay at least 2/3 of the salary so that Ronaldo can go on loan to Manchester United, to Napoli, and he would join them. Now, they just spent 100 million on Anthony. Manchester United spent 100 million on Anthony, which is
Too much.
ridiculous.
From Ajax.
What do you mean on loan?
So they're not going to sign Ronaldo outright. They would just give him on loan
Okay.
to Napoli.
What happens to Osimhen?
Osimhen will go to Manchester United
For 100 and
For
change.
go- for-
For
Yeah,
100
for
million.
Bayern.
over 100 million.
Okay.
Would you do that deal if
No.
you're Napoli?
No.
Why
I
wouldn't
would.
you do that
I
deal?
would.
Dude, that's a lot of money.
You
Osimhen,
think
$100 million? Not worth $100 million.
That's a lot of money.
Euros.
100 million euro. It's
That's,
not.
that's a lot of money.
For,
would say
That's
for
a
100
lot.
million, I will sell Osimhen.
60, it would be
Nah.
way over
If you
too
get
much.
over 100 million, I think you
My
have
God.
to sell
Because-
it.
Antonio, there's a
be-
Premier League tax.
because
if Manchester
next
United comes
year-
calling, you have to up the
Because
the
next
number.
year you won't have Osimhen and you won't have Ronaldo.
No,
But
but you
you-
have
but
100
you have
million to pay
over
for a
100
fine
million.
player.
to shop around, man. You
100
can go to the
million
best
reasons.
supermarket and load your shopping cart, man.
Get your root right on.
I think
think-
it's a great
That's a
deal.
lot of
I think
money.
if you get 100 million or over, that's when I would do it. Are they forced to? No, but I think it's a lot of money for a player that they
Gaetano,
could
what's on
probably
your mind?
replace.
I
What are you
don't,
thinking
I don't
of?
like to lose Osimhen. I think the guy is a great player. I don't want to see him out of the Serie A.
Not for that price.
So
But I don't. It's not my money.
Osimhen is not the reasons why Napoli is not going to win the campionato. So if he's not going to be the one, take a chance with Ronaldo. Ronaldo is going
I-
to score the same amount of goals.
I think
And he's
Osimhen.
going to sell you a lot of shirts.
So some of the reports are saying that there's still Ronaldo wants to leave so bad Manchester United that there's a chance that they can keep Osimhen and still get Cristiano Ronaldo as long as Manchester United's okay with paying 2/3 of the salary.
That I like.
There we go.
Then
We
I
sold
like-
it.
But
We sold it.
then, what do you do? Who you play? Who you going to sit?
I don't think
Ronaldo and
Okay.
Osimhen, they play the
It's a
same
good
position.
problem to
What are you
have.
going to do?
No. Ronaldo can play left. He could play the middle.
He's not going to play left
Why not?
because they
Yeah,
got
they got Vara there.
Yeah,
Kvara.
Kvaratskhelia.
They say that Spalletti would play him
Listen,
a little bit behind.
If
Don't
you
change
want
your
to win
formation.
something with Napoli, you need Osimhen and you need Ronaldo.
There we go.
You
Napoli,
cannot
I'm
have
liking
one
that.
guy.
But you're not
Because
allowed to
nothing-
change your opinion anymore.
Nothing
They have-
changes.
they have
You
Simeone-
did.
they have Simeone.
But what, you think that Ronaldo can score more goals than Osimhen?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Ronaldo will
And
100%.
And Man U, how many did he score?
He will. Ronaldo will
scored a lot of
100%
goals,
score more
Gaetano.
goals than
Yeah.
Osimhen.
And Man U, I'll check how much he scored.
He had
scored a
over
lot of
20 goals.
See how
No
many
comps
goals
He
are
has to have
good,
had
so-
See how
over
many
20
goals he scored
Yeah,
on
I
Man
would
United.
love, honestly, I would love Ronaldo to go to Napoli because it makes them an instant challenger.
yeah, for sure.
Number one, everyone will want to watch Serie A because you can't not want to watch Ronaldo. That's number one.
But
It brings
give
more
him
for
three
us.
other players and keep Osimhen.
Number two, Ronaldo guarantees you goals. He brings a mentality. We keep talking about leadership. They lost Koulibaly. They lost Insigne. They lose Fabian Ruiz. They would get a pretty damn good leader in Cristiano Ronaldo. And I think for Ronaldo, he's at Manchester United. They're so mad at him right now. The fans
I
don't
know.
like him.
No,
he
no,
walked out
he's
of the
coach.
field.
No,
He
he's not.
started the last two games
He's
on the
done.
bench. He will get love from Napoli that he never could experience or even think of.
I think he'll be a god there, and I just want to add, he has 24 goals in 39 appearances for Manchester United.
For
which
Manchester
is
United.
Which is incredible.
For Manchester
Because Man
United.
U
Marco,
have
you
been in shambles recently.
Marco, you say number one, number two, number three. I'll give you the number four. The number four, I would go to Juventus to watch Juventus, to Torino to watch Juventus Napoli, and I will go to Napoli to watch Napoli Juventus because I want to see Ronaldo so badly just hit the ball on the Juventus Jesus nets and just jump. Not because I like him. I want to see.
No.
I cannot do it right now. The ceiling is too low. Come on, man.
Ronaldo will score goals, but not against Juventus.
Oh,
I don't know about that.
Can we get him on tape? He's on record.
Good
Can we
thing
get
we're on
Ronaldo to
record.
join Napoli first? We need that to happen.
That would be
yeah,
nice.
I mean, I would like that, but I don't want to lose Osman.
Okay.
Because Osman is the future. Ronaldo is not the future.
Okay,
It's a fair perspective.
Yeah.
Either
it's
way.
Ronaldo.
Either way, we all agree that you would take Ronaldo on Napoli.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
I
yeah.
think we all agree
But
on
I know,
that.
I know what you're saying about 100. 100 is a lot of money.
You're starting to think about it
And,
now.
It's like he's getting you. He's
If De Laurentiis sees
The other
100
thing
million,
is
he's
that,
sending it.
He's going for
De
it.
Laurentiis is not going to spend the money. That's the problem. So
No, I
I don't
think
want
he-
the money.
Let's not worry about that. Let's not worry
He's
about
better
that.
than Mercato.
I will sell
He's
it
better
for
than
one
Mercato.
Marco, even 90 or 80.
Stop lowering.
Yeah, why,
Give it
yeah,
to
why would you
him.
lower?
I think I saw a funny. Can you check Anthony's goals and assists last year? Anthony from Ajax. Somebody was saying like, literally, Anthony was linked to Juventus in the summer for 45 million. But when Manchester United comes calling, the amount that they spent on Maguire, the amount that they spent on
Please.
Sancho, on all these players, you have to sell them for a premium because they're desperate. They need a striker. So you say, all right, you have to spend this much money. The guy Anthony was begging to leave. I think he had like 4 and 8 were his numbers, right? 4
So-
goals and 8 assists.
No, in 30, in the league, yeah,
What
he has
was it?
8 goals, but total he has
What was it? 8 goals?
8 goals, 4 assists, and 23 appearances. Just
I saw a
in the
viral
Dutch
tweet
league.
that said Manchester United spending 100 million for a guy that got 8 goals and 4 assists in the Eredivisie
Listen,
league.
listen. The bottom
not a
line.
bad
The
league,
bottom
though.
line is this.
Yeah, but
I
for
mean,
100 million for
I know,
Anthony?
I know.
why is
it's
financial
absurd.
fair play
I know.
only a problem for the Italian teams? Because we don't have the money. We can only shop at the local markets over there at the flea market. But we are still producing high quality and high caliber players. We produce a lot of good games. We produce a lot of good youths, and we produce spectacular.
Coaches, too.
Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Let me ask you something. If Ronaldo goes to AC Milan for Leao, you sell him?
Give me $120 million.
120. That went up. 100.
Yes.
100 you're getting. You're getting 100.
For Leao?
Leao. And
Come on,
give
you
it
can't
a-
sell
Portuguese
Leao.
for a Portuguese.
You
Come
can't
on.
sell Leao for 100
Let
million.
me tell you something. I might.
Oh, really?
And I'll take the
You're
$100
thinking
million.
about it,
I'm
though. You're thinking
surprised.
about it.
I am $100
You're
million.
thinking
Listen,
about it.
listen, Leao, let me tell you something about Leao. He's a spectacular player, but can be very streaky. He's very streaky. He already thinks that he's one of the best players in the world. So somebody has to keep him just level playing. I said,
Did
hey,
you
by
win
the
the
way,
campeonato last year?
doesn't matter. He didn't win it by himself. I said, hey, by the way, you need to show more. Show me 2-3 years in a row what you're capable to do, and then you earn your stripes.
Listen,
So far,
forget about
you
2-3
did it
years.
for
You
1
have
year.
2-3 days.
Give me
You don't have
$120 million
you don't
and I
have
will
3
give it to
years.
you.
You have 2-3 days. You have to make a decision. What do you do?
$120 million, I'll sell it to you right
120,
now.
100 is the price.
What's extra 20?
100, I don't know. Let's see.
Wow.
Hey, listen,
No,
Leao,
100.
Why he said 100
Leao
for
is
Osimhen?
much better than the Aussie, man. Come on, give me a break, man.
That's true.
Give me $20 million more and I'll give it to you.
All right, you guys are acting like you're negotiating now. What are the teams we got to talk about? Anything else? Did we cover everything? I think we covered everything.
2 more things for me.
All right, tell
If
us.
we have nothing else.
Hey,
Go,
what
go,
about
go.
my win? I have
Go.
to cover my win with IFTV tournament.
All right, hold on. Let's see if there's any other topics first.
Okay. Too many yellow cards. I haven't counted them, but all the games that I've seen, these guys, they're giving yellow cards left and right. There's too many of them. They got to stop with that. And the other thing is you got to change the rule. If the goalkeeper comes out of the area and he touches the ball with his hand, it cannot be a red card. It's got to be like he's another player, it gets a yellow card, not a red
Who
card.
got a red card for that this weekend?
No, the first game. The
Who was
first
it?
game, the goalkeeper came out and he got a red card because he came out and he touched the ball with his hand.
I don't remember.
Yeah. So
Was
you-
it?
you-
From Lazio, right? Maximiliano.
Oh, the keeper.
Yeah.
Did he get a straight red card for
Yeah, he
that?
got a
Yeah,
straight
he got a
red.
straight
Yeah,
red.
yeah,
Straight red
you're
card?
right. You're right. You're right.
It was a
Yeah, good
straight
call.
red card. I mean, that's to.
But that's the rules, though.
Yeah, but you change the rule.
There we go. I
Well,
want
but Gaetano, again, if you touch it with your hands, but
Yeah,
if
it's
it's unintentional, Yes, but if it's intentional,
Because he's last man.
then
It's
he
because he
gets-
was.
he
It's a
gets
yellow
a red
card.
card.
It's a yellow card.
Okay.
But if you're last man,
If you're the last man,
You're,
If you're last man,
prevent-
they'll
you're,
still get a red
preventing,
card.
you're preventing it. It's the
if
same thing as a slide
if you
tackle. if you think
prevented the
about
ball
it.
to go in or
If
the
you-
players to go through.
I don't disagree with that.
Because
Because that rule. It's
what'd
a
you
big
have?
thing.
What'd you have
Oh,
before
I was
we let
gonna
Antonio
say.
promo?
I was gonna say everyone was talking about Monza with all these transfers. These guys are dead last. 3 games, 3 losses. Last place with Cremonese, and these guys spent so much money in the mercato. They got like 2 new starting 11s. So I just wanted to bring that up because a lot of people were hyping them up. You know, it's only 3 games. And a lot of people are saying just because you get new transfers and stuff like that doesn't necessarily mean that you can stay in the Serie A. And I feel like we're gonna start seeing some shift change, like Stropa
But they
getting
had
the
a
sack
lot of
soon.
injuries though. Go check the injuries that they had in their last match. They're missing 4 or 5 guys.
And
Ranocchia got injured.
and Gagliani, they were complaining about Di Bello, the referees, and
That
so
was
they
good.
call it Di
Oh,
Brutto.
that was
So,
But
lot
they
of-
had a lot of
nerves.
injuries. For me, Stropa too. I mean, I didn't think they're ever going to last with Stropa.
Yeah, it's only
You know
a
what
matter
I
of
think?
time.
I'm going to make a crazy prediction, but I think it's going to happen. I think they're going to sign a
Nicola.
big name. No, not
What's-
Nicola.
what do you
Davide
mean?
Nicola.
no, Bakayoko
I think-
from AC
I have-
Milan is available.
No,
I think they're going to take a couple midfielder. Coaching.
I think they're going to sign a big name, and the name that I have in mind, then they're going to bring De Zerbi back to Serie A, and then they're going to start playing football.
Monza.
Yep.
Why would De Zerbi go to Monza?
Because Galliani and Berlusconi can be very persuasive.
He could be a bum.
I'm surprised they didn't ask Pirlo.
Okay.
They
That's
want
a-
to. They want to win. They want to go up in the standings. Pirlo is
He's
coaching
in
in
Turkey. He's in Turkey.
Yeah, he
So,
lost.
he's got a job.
He lost a couple of games for nothing. He's not doing too good. He's not going to last too long.
And Montella,
So maybe he'll be available.
He's gonna go with
I think he's going to
He's
be
gonna go with
available.
Balotelli
and maybe
too.
and Montella came
One thing
almost
about
with a
Monza-
big fight with Balotelli.
Every time I see Galliani, he's got less and less hair, and every time we say Berlusconi's got more and more hair.
Yeah, maybe they
And
I
more,
don't-
they
and
do
more,
the transfer during the transfer season. They transfer the hair from
And
Berlusconi
they're always
to Galliani.
they're talking. But you know,
I love those two, though.
You said they spend a lot of money, but every player is not big time though money.
That's true.
You know, it's a few
But
millions.
they've had so many injuries. They had like the most injuries,
Yeah.
and everybody's always injured for them. They haven't had like a perfect 11. They haven't had their 11 yet, and they also had some tough matches. They'll get there. Henry bought Como. He bought into Como. You see, he got a percentage.
Thierry Henry.
He got into Como. Yeah.
Serie B club Como.
He said
1%.
he said
1%.
Zambrotta. He used to speak about Como with Zambrotta because I think Zambrotta's from Como. Pretty crazy.
because what's his name went over there?
Fabregas.
Fabregas.
He said he talked to a couple players that told him it's good.
And speaking of Como too, Cutrone, your boy Cutrone signed for them. His
Yeah.
hometown. That's where he's
Oh
from.
my
He's from
God.
Como.
Oh yeah.
So
I like that. I like that Henry got a team in Italy.
It's
a
nice,
lot
right?
of we already know how much foreign ownership, like how many people want to buy into Italy. Thought it was cool. He
Como's
said
a
that
nice little
he
project.
said everyone knows Como for their lake and the beauty of the town, but now they're going to need to know about the football. I like that.
Geographically, it's positioned and situated in a very beautiful area. I mean,
right across from Switzerland too.
wow, you are in a spinning distance from Milan, from Torino, from Switzerland,
Yeah,
from
for
any
sure.
from the center of Europe. So
Gives them a reason to go vacation there.
yeah,
Get a
Oh,
nice
yeah.
boat
I think
over
that's
there,
what it
right?
is.
So there are a couple other beautiful lakes over there. There's Riva del Garda, Lago di
But-
Seo. There's a lot of beautiful
Serie
beauties,
B is a
beauties.
lot of competition.
Yeah.
Huh?
For sure, yeah.
It's actually crazy.
Cesena, they want to do well. Spal wants to do well.
How about
Como now
Bari?
wants to do well.
Palermo, Ascoli.
You know, Palermo is wants to do now. They got money.
There's a
There's
lot.
a lot,
Promo
lot
your
going
thing.
on.
So they had a tournament. Antonio, your team had a tournament. I think you were the coach of the team. I was told
The
that you were a
team name was
psychopath.
IFTV. Who told you that I'm a psychopath?
Mr. Molinari behind the
Oh
camera.
my
over there.
God. Is that right, Nick?
He sounded like he backstabbed him.
Oh my God.
Check it out.
So, but either way, you guys work calcio. Your team named the IFTV, and you guys apparently won the tournament yesterday.
did, yes.
Santa Rosalia tournament.
Because of you though, your coaching was like Gasperini-esque. How was it?
My style of coaching, I learned from him. I mean, not directly how to coach, but I learned how to position the team on the field. And, I'm not lying. He taught me a few things. So, unfortunately, it was not part of the game because he was late from work. But if he would have been part of the squad, we could have done even a lot more damage. And we spanked Ludo. from
He's on the opposite team?
Yeah, no. Well, Ludo was there at the Brooklyn Italian, which is another one of the teams that I coached. And Ludo apparently said, "Oh, I'm just bringing a bunch of coaches over there. Don't worry about it." But he was stuck with a very good player. So Ludo gave us a hard time. So we beat them 3-2, and we beat Iowa, I think, 5-1.
What was the final?
That was it. I mean,
The final was
there was only
5-1?
two
There was
games.
2 games.
It was only 2 games. You play
There were
play
3
each other.
teams.
Yeah.
Oh,
You played 2
This sounds
games.
like-
nice.
So we,
Congrats.
And you brought
How
some
was it from your
players.
perspective?
it came after the game, Gaetano.
Oh, so you weren't even
Yeah.
there.
When they know they won, right?
Yeah.
That's,
All right, congrats.
Yeah, thanks.
Good job.
We got a
why don't
trophy
you,
too, right?
why don't you bring the trophy, Marco? So, actually, I want to congratulate, since we are live, right? We're still live, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
we're still going.
I got to congratulate all my players, even the people that they didn't get to play. Enrico Bocca di
This is
Fuoco. Enrico
huge.
Bocca di Fuoco played with his foot totally injured. He had,
Really?
plantar fasciitis and, heel spur. And Nicola Giordano played spectacularly. I had Victor Poposchi. I had Vitali, this other player. I had 5 or 6. I had what's his name, Alessandro, the goalkeeper.
A lot of
Ferrante.
warriors.
I play with his father.
Yeah, Gaetano played
job.
with his father. So we left it on the field, and I said I prepared the team just before. Like, motivation is very important. I said, guys, I didn't come over here because I don't have anything to do.
Well, that too.
I could be watching the Napoli and Fiorentina's game, but I'm here because I want to bring IFTV to the next level, and IFTV has given me the responsibility to coach you guys. So
Thank you, Antonio.
I wanted to win.
Thank you, Antonio.
You got
I
it.
appreciate your service.
Mike, thanks, Mike. You're not shaking my hand. Oh.
I already
He
know
didn't
you're
even- he
champion.
didn't even come to give you the
I already
jersey.
know. I already know
Yeah.
you're champion. I expected this from you.
Yeah,
I'm not surprised like
well,
Marco is.
anyway,
I knew this was
so,
gonna happen.
But the next time we want a better jersey, and we don't want the top. We want the bottom. We want the socks. We want everything.
We'll get
If you
other
tell me
players
a
too.
little bit more in advance, then we
Okay.
can
We'll
sort
We'll get
you
some
with
players from
better jerseys.
overseas too to come to help.
All right, that will
There
work
we-
something out.
there we
Good job,
go.
Maybe
Anto.
we'll bring
Proud of
IFTV down to Florida, Gaetano, for the Florida for the MLK tournament. We're talking about the over 50 or whatever. Okay, so we'll.
So,
Yes, sir. Go ahead. What's the question? I said thank you.
completely forgot what I was going to say.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
Congratulations.
Actually, since we are
Congrats,
on
I'm
the
proud of you.
topic, I have to congratulate all the people that are sponsored. One of the sponsors was
Siag.
our nice coffee sponsor over here.
Siag Coffee.
Siag, and then Villabate, of course, is one of the best bakeries around. Manto, you're always talking about Villabate. They have the best bakery in all United States. I'm not going to take it away. And what's his name? Manny keeps asking for you. You need to come and,
we'll go.
and have
I'll
coffee.
come.
All right, and his father is such a gentleman, man. It's just
Damn, I can't believe I
He's
forgot
talking
what
about
I
the
was gonna say.
family's kids.
yeah. So
Cousins.
All right, I can't remember. So I
Yeah.
guess we ended there. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Anto.
Yes.
Oh, I remembered. That's why it's Mr. Molinari again. I want an Antonio Cam. Like, I want a recording, and I want to ask the people if they want this video. We'll have
my God.
Mr. Molinari edit this up, because I think you're going to be a psychopath like Antonio Conte on the sidelines, running up and down, screaming your head off. And then I want to show you I want to do a side by side of Conte and you, because you say he's crazy, but I bet you're the same exact way coaching.
Nick, Nick, I hope you didn't edit anything. I think Nick is trying to make me look bad.
You're in for a surprise, Anto.
I don't scream at anybody. I just keep the team very compact.
You know what the beautiful thing about this is?
What?
They don't have to take your word. They don't have to take my word. We'll have the video
They'll
to
see
prove
for
it.
themselves, right?
I think he's a little bit worried.
Yes. You know why?
Mr. Molinari's going to go
Nick,
missing.
you're laughing over there. I don't know, Mr. Molinari. I don't know. I'm gonna have to.
You're going to bash his computer.
I don't know. We'll see.
Get rid of all the footage.
I gotta watch it first.
Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, get ready, because Serie A returns again
Midweek
on
games.
Wednesday. Not great games, but still in Serie A, anything could happen. As always, we'll talk to you soon. Ciao,
Ciao,
ragazzi.
guys.